going to let Coach open with a statement, and then we'll move to questions, and we'll start with Patrick Stevens from the Washington Post as soon as Coach is done.
We're going to do something different today. I'm going to have my players open with a statement. All on you, man.
I thought we had a really good week preparing for that team. I don't think we came out. I think they were hungrier than us coming out. We had a whole week to prepare for them. I personally thought we were more prepared. Coach thought we were more prepared. We all did. I feel like now we see what it takes, though. I feel like we got a good team. We got to keep building chemistry. It's just one game. We can't get too high, can't get too low. So I feel like we just got to bounce back. We got to trust our preparation, trust the things that Coach is telling us to do, because we see mistakes and breakdowns. They add up and they total the losses. So it's just one game, and we'll bounce back from it.
I'll build off of what Jaden said. It is just one game. We have a lot to learn. It's a young team. We're just going to get in the film room and get better. Get right back to work.
I think it's important that, as we continue to grow together, you got to give, I thought Notre Dame was lights out. I thought, from the opening tip, after the first war, which is the first 4 minutes, they control the rest of the game with their pace, with their chemistry. You can see that they have incredible chemistry. You can see they've been together, and you can see our lack of chemistry. I was surprised that the outcome based on our week. I thought we had a good week. We had a week off. It just, we got a way to go. And I do look at it. It's not just a game. It is the game. It's the most important game because it was today. But we'll learn from it. We'll grow, and we'll continue to improve, right? Because that's the only way. That's the only thing you can do. Right? I don't like when our energy is down, and our energy wasn't down. We have the energy we normally have, our enthusiasm. I thought we had okay effort. I didn't think we had focused effort. I didn't think we had purpose effort, purpose focus. So I think that came back to us. And again, give them a lot of credit. They came in here and absolutely kicked our ass.
Ed, put simply, do you feel like you guys just kind of looked your age today?
100% we looked our age. We weren't very healthy, but that's not an excuse, right? We got a little bug going around the team. We definitely looked inexperienced for sure, 1,000% for sure, against a team that had 85% of its team back, right? Both year 2 coaches, both year 2 of the programs. Systematically, I thought their program was ahead of ours right now as far as chemistry.
And Thomas, I'm guessing he was affected by the bug going around.
Yes, he was. He did not practice yesterday, and he barely went to a walkthrough today.
Go ahead, Marcus.
Coach Alico and Davis made impacts early on, especially in the first half. Was that just a result of them taking advantage of opportunities? Was it slippage? What did you see from your vantage point?
I think it was all. Lalaco is, I think he's a 5th-year senior, I believe. So this is not his first rodeo. When guys see the ball go in the basket early, they get a lot of confidence on both sides of the ball. When the ball goes in, you saw us get frustrated when the ball wasn't going in the ball. So that the basket, so it was a lot of emotional breakdown, really emotional breakdown. It's not going to be a recipe for success playing 10 or 11 guys. So we as a staff have to look at our rotation. We got to see what's the best chemistry on the floor. That's a winning combination, and that's still a search and find situation right now, of which you can see where Notre Dame has that with their chemistry and their know-how as an organization.
It seemed like there was a struggle with getting 2 feet in the paint today, whether it's by the dribble or the pass today. Was it something that they were doing that made you so perimeter-centric, or just was it shot
they didn't
selection?
play a couple of our guys. If you look at some of our shooting numbers, they just had 10 feet in the paint. Right, and again, when Jaden and Epps came off the screen, there was high alert on them. Again, we took 32 threes. That's not something that I want to do. But we had 10 uncontested wide open shots, of which I think we were 1 for 10 or 1 for 11, whatever it may be. So on those there, we got to, I want our guys to continue to take them, but if they're not making it, we have to do something different. I thought the ball stuck a lot. Right, I thought we took some bad shots just with dribble. So that's something that's coaching, and we'll correct that.
Mike, you've been around mature teams before. Is there any way that you kind of speed up the process of it, or is it just simply you guys something you have to go through, over the course of days, weeks, months?
Like I said, we just gonna get in the film room and just watch all our mistakes and just in practices fix them really. We gotta look at the next. First we gotta look at this game, and then we got our next opponent and get off.
Jaden, How would you kind of size up, and kind of building off what I just said? It seemed like offensively there were only so many stretches where it was consistent, where you guys were able to be a consistent scoring threat possession after possession there for more than a couple at a time.
Like you said, like Coach said, I think it's just building chemistry. We're a young group, we're a new group. As Coach always says, we got a lot of new players, so I think it just comes with building chemistry and guys trusting the process. We got a lot of talent on this team, so one night it might be someone else's night, one night it might be this person's night. So you just got to trust the process, and I feel like it just comes with building chemistry and just trusting what coaches, trusting the places that coaches is putting us in to be successful.
And on the defense tonight, I know you
Terrible. F minus. Terrible. Absolutely horrendous. We didn't guard a soul. We couldn't guard you today. It was a bad collective of energy, focus, and determination. And I'm not even joking around, right? Again, you got to play hard. You got to play with a purpose. You got to play together. That was a shitty performance defensively. And again, give them credit. You know, they executed. I want to take anything away from them. We're talking about what we didn't do. They caused that. They did a great job with their pack line. They did a good job scouting, right? They took advantage of our. Again, it seemed like every time we made a mistake, they took advantage of it. That's chemistry. That's teamwork. That's recognition, of which we didn't have any of that. But, you know, our defensive performance, there are going to be days the ball don't go in the basket. There are going to be days where the ball don't go in the basket. But you cannot have that effort with somebody shooting 65% from the floor and expect to win any game. I don't give a damn if you're playing in CYO, right? If you don't guard, you got no chance of winning, in particular in the Big East.
Peavy, to piggyback on that guarding issue, what's been the problem from your eyes on all three games? Because wide open guys have been left wide open and been nailing these jumpers wide open. What would you attribute to that to?
I think we just got to lock in from the start of the game. I mean, we've had a couple slow starts. I feel like we did start the game off pretty good this time. Like I said, we just got to execute what our coaches are telling us to do on the defensive end. And it's going to come. That's just, yeah, like I said, it's going to come.
And Epps, how important is it for you guys to move the ball around and eliminate these no-touch or one-touch possessions where it doesn't touch a lot of hands and it makes it easier for the defense?
It's important. I just feel like that's playing basketball the right way. And I feel like it's not intentional. Guys aren't just doing that intentionally. I feel like we just, like I said, we got to build chemistry. And we got to learn how to play together. We got to watch film together. We got, like Coach said, we got a ways to go. We got a lot of stuff to work on. So just getting in the gym together, watching film together, and just building chemistry.
Go right back here.
Micah, congrats on your 500th career rebound today. I know that's probably tough to celebrate after a loss like this, but since you've come over, you've been able to impact the game in a variety of ways as a floor spacer, a rebounder. You had 7 steals the other night. How do you stay locked in and try to impact the game in all these ways, even in a game that kind of gets away from you guys?
I mean, I just like winning. So if it's my night to score, I'm gonna try to score. If it's not my night, it's someone else's night, I'm gonna impact you, getting the rebounds, getting the steals. I just want to win games.
Right here.
Micah, you picked up a bunch of fouls pretty early on, and then you picked up your 4th around the 15-minute mark of the second half. How do you think that just impacted not only your game and just your aggressiveness, but also just the team as a whole, given your leader on both ends of the floor?
Yeah, I picked up some dumb fouls early. It did impact us a lot, but I just want to shout out Caleb Williams. I feel like he came in, he had some big minutes for us. Yeah, so I think he picked up when I was off the court. His energy on defense is what, I don't know his rebounds, but he impacts the game well when he gets in there. So
Make no mistake about it, he has to be on the floor.
Yeah.
In a game like this here, him not being on the floor impacts Georgetown. He's a veteran, he knows how to win, he's been in these games like this here, right? You know, we had a couple of tough fouls, but 100% him not being on the floor really impacts where we're at because we don't have enough experience on the floor. It's the reason why he and Jaden, they're the 2 oldest guys on the team. We have 1 senior, 1 junior. It's not an excuse, but it's him not being on the floor is a major, major loss for us.
We're going to continue right here.
And then, Coach, how do you think a loss like this just early on, even in non-conference play, do you think will help the team grow, not only throughout the rest of the non-conference slate, but also just into an especially tough conference slate with like UConn and St. John's, those types of teams upcoming later on in the season?
I think every team in the Big East is tough, right? Not just UConn, not just St. John's, right? UConn has done a great job, but I think everybody we play in the Big East is going to be a tough matchup. A loss like this early gives perspective on where we're at and how far we can go. I think it gives our guys a wake-up call in some sense, especially on the defensive side. We're going to have days. Again, I've been coaching a long time, and we've won games in the 50s, right? But you got to be committed to that side of the ball and understand how you do it collectively together. So that's the number one thing I'll be concentrating on over the next 48 hours, our defensive alertness, effort, and toughness, and understanding. Right? We'll grow from this. It's not the end of the world, but at the same time, it's a concern based on, right, we had a whole week to prepare, and this is what we did. That's not good.
Right
Hey,
here.
Coach. There's stretches in that first half where you guys were forcing turnovers and then capitalizing on the other end. What did you see there that can really be used in these upcoming games?
And I appreciate that question, son, because that's the positive I'll talk to our team about when we watch film tomorrow. We did. If we can score off our defense, when you score, you get energy, right? When you don't score, it kind of takes your energy. Then everybody feels like they have to make the next shot versus trust what we're trying to do. Move the ball, move your body, set some screens, right? Find the open man, playing basketball the right way, as Jaden indicated. But at the end of the day, you get your energy off your defense, right? When you're getting stops, most of the time you get out in transition to score.
I'm gonna go to John Titel.
John Titel from Hoops HD for Coach. 5 straight home games in the next 16 days against non-power conference teams.
Thank God.
To that end, do you feel internal or external pressure that like you have to win all 5 before you head to Syracuse and West Virginia and stuff like that, or is it just about continuing to improve and trying to play your best and stuff like that?
I've said this a million times. Pressure is a privilege. If you have pressure, that means you're in position to empower, impact, and help a situation. I don't feel any pressure at all. We're gonna trust our process of growth and development. We're gonna hold our guys accountable. We're gonna hold our staff accountable, myself accountable, and we're gonna do it the right way, right? We weren't fortunate today. I'm glad we're staying right here in the district, right? It's very disappointing. I really appreciate the crowd that came out, our student body that came out, our alum that were here. I feel bad for them that they saw this performance, but it's okay, right? Give us some grace and we'll bounce back. I'm never gonna feel pressure, right? Pressure is when the lights don't come on. Pressure is when you don't have food. Pressure is when, you're looking for a job. That's pressure. This is a privilege.
Anyone else? All right, thank you, everyone.
Thank you.